In this video, we are going to do a sneak peek of new features available in VISI 2026.2, which are intended to help the everyday VISI user. We will start with the Universal Updater located in the System tray. The Universal Updater makes it easy for installation and updating for the VISI software. When going into this application, you will see installed softwares for all Hexagon products, which in the case for VISI, anything 2025.4 and newer. In this example, I do have a new patch update for 2025.4, and to update, I just simply hit Update, which downloads the software automatically. Once complete, you will see the installation automatically start up. When there are new updates, you will receive an automatic notification letting you know. In 2026.2, the color palettes have also received an update. There's 216 new colors added, giving you a total of 256 colors overall. They can be found within the Extra Colors area. When clicking on an individual color, you can adjust the RGB values for that color. Now we'll talk about the Tab toggle key. For commands like Sketch, Circle, and Cylinder, the Tab key allows you to toggle between the radius and diameters. For example, hitting the Tab key toggles back and forth. I will repeat the same process with Cylinder. So if I'm drawing a cylinder within the interface, I hit the Tab key to toggle between radius and diameter. 3D Note has seen some improvements for things like labeling holes. For example, in dimension parameters under 3D Note, I can now create labels. And also for these holes, I can set up tolerances. Now, I'm going to go into the 3D Note command. Within 3D Note, I can select the face environment, and if I have Select All turned on, picking a face, it labels all of the faces associated. In the properties, I can change general values, attributes, options, and callouts, and I can see the individual attributes for each hole specifically. For a machinist, visually seeing what the holes are labeled makes it easier to determine what needs to be done. Lastly, we'll talk about the improvements done with the text command, starting with true single-line font for engraving. We'll start by creating the text as a profile, and then using the Microsoft standard fonts, go to Select Fonts. Within the fonts here, I have an engraving single-line font. This was installed automatically from the VISI directory within System, and once installed, you will see it in the Microsoft fonts. Also added is the assembly reference. Simply selecting this icon, I can pick a solid, and it will populate the information that Assembly Manager has available. So for example, if I enable the description or any other fields, putting an underscore in between, it will populate what was already input into the Assembly Manager, preventing me from having to manually type information in. So in this example, I am activating description, material, and dimension. And when I hit apply, it's going to place that text right on to the block that I want. In CAM, this text can be easily referenced for engraving. I'll repeat this process again by selecting a second solid, but this time removing the dimension. Placing that text again, I can place that text, which is a true single line font, so there are no overlapping lines together.